We have some viewer questions for you, Sanjay. And the first one is honestly, I think, one of the most asked questions now, and it's very much in the public discourse. This question is, do we still need to wear masks outside, particularly, Sanjay, if you're vaccinated? Why and should vaccinated people still wear masks outside?
Yeah, so let me try and answer it this way. I think that the vast majority of viral transmission, excuse me, is not happening outside. In fact, we put together some of the numbers. We've talked about the fact that overall, if you look at new cases of people becoming infected, fewer than 10% are happening outdoors. And John, you may remember, this is a statistic we shared from before. We're actually looking at viral transmission and finding that it's about close to 19 times less likely to happen outdoors versus indoors. So what are the factors then that make that different? I'd say for the most part, you don't need to wear a mask outdoors. There's countries around the world like Israel that says you no longer need to do that. I think you just got to use common sense here. I mean, the virus is contagious. It doesn't like to be outdoors. It doesn't like to be in the sunlight. But if you are closely clustered together, if there's lots of people in a single area, if you're going to be there for long periods of time, and a very important another caveat is, what is the sort of viral transmission in your area? If there's a lot of virus spreading in your area, a lot of positive tests, a lot of high positivity, you may consider that then if you're going to be in that sort of situation. The real question you're trying to answer, and there's a lot of factors that go into this, what is the likelihood I'm going to breathe in someone else's air? That's basically it. Number of people, the type of setting, obviously indoors versus outdoors, and what is the overall viral spread in your community?
I know that was a viewer question, but maybe I slipped that in, or we're asking for a viewer.
Brianna Keeler from Washington, D.C. asks.
I do view. Also, this is a question that a lot of people have, another viewer question, and I think it's one that maybe we wouldn't have entertained months ago, but now people are getting vaccinated. So how safe is it to sit inside a restaurant?
Yeah, this is a big one as well. I think it's one of the most common questions I get from my own family and friends. The thing about indoor dining still, if it's truly indoors, is that the ventilation in there is the big question. This gets back to what I was just talking about. How likely are you to breathe in someone else's air? Now, if everyone's been vaccinated, then I think, you're in a much different sort of position. People are not likely to get sick and they're not likely to be spreading the virus. But I think that, when you're going indoor dining, if you're in an area of the country where there's still a lot of virus spreading, you're obviously coming across lots of different households, and you obviously have to remove your mask to eat or drink. So that's the big concern. I think in most places in the country still, certainly full capacity indoor dining, I can't imagine that it would be advised. I mean, it's just still too risky. There's still too great a chance that you're going to actually potentially be exposed to the virus. I think limited capacity and looking at what the virus is doing in your community.